nothing matters anymore in life, and we're all gonna die someday. Anyways, it's 1:17 right now, and I'm making a tier list video. You know, I should be sleeping, or hell, even doing homework right now, but I decided to do this with my free time. So today, for this talk time episode, we're gonna be ranking characters based on how smelly their armpits are. Now, to start off, let's make the tiers. First, obviously, being rank, as in like this stench is dropping bodies and like flies as you walk by. And then let's go with smelly. As in like you smell like moldy milk and cheese. Now next one, mid tier, I'd say musky. And as in musky, I mean like you're sweaty from a workout. And that's basically the smell we're going for here. C, I'm gonna go with Fritos. We all know how Fritos smell. Fritos smells like foot fungus, so it's gonna go there. And for the bottom tier, I'm gonna go flowers. You know, they smell nice. So you might be wondering how I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to be using my own formula I created. Oh yeah. You see, S stands for smell intensity, A stands for activity level, E stands for environment temperature, T stands for time last bath, H hygiene stat, C clothing ventilation factor. And this is all going to be rated through a 1 to 100 scale. 1 being it isn't bad, and 100 to meaning it's fucking awful. So let's get started, shall we? Khalifa. Mia Khalifa, however you say her name. Dragon Ball. Alright, this is Tournament of Power we're talking about here. She definitely did not take a bath before she went to the tournament, nor is she wearing deodorant. You see, she's going in using her stank to her advantage, basically. Her stink is like the dirty bubble from SpongeBob, but as in like a gas form. It's Incredible Gassy's arch nemesis. Is basically what we're talking about here. So, smell intensity?
I would say off rip, she does not smell good. So I'm gonna put it at a 60. Now, what's the next one? Let me see. Sorry. Anyways, so for the next one, it would be, hold on, I'm getting my paper. Activity level. Now, I don't know about you, but in the Tournament of Power, they're pretty active. So I'm gonna put that at 80. And now, environment temperature / humidity. They're in space, right? So it's pretty cold. So I wouldn't say it's that bad. I'd put it like a slight 30. You feel me? In time since last bath. There's no way she took a bath before she went there. So I'm gonna put like 25. As in like 25 hours since she's last had a bath. And then moving on, hygiene stat. I do think Khalifa is sorta hygienic. So I'm gonna put that at 50. And now clothing ventilation factor. Her clothes have some ventilation going on. She doesn't have that many layers. So I'm gonna put it at 20. Let's evaluate this. Yeesh, 1700.
That ain't smelly. I don't know what is. She's smelly, alright. Yikes. Anyways, power. Yeah, I feel like this is, as a matter of fact, hold on. Do we even need to calculate power? Let me just put this in retrospect here. She doesn't wipe, nor does she shower. So not only does she have a forest of dingleberries down there, she also lets it crust. And she doesn't shower. She definitely doesn't shave either. So this is like deadly here. She's the smell fiend. She's the blood fiend and the smell fiend. She made a contract with the smell devil, and it's getting out of hand. Next up on the list is a interesting one, Rochelle from Left 4 Dead 2.
Now, I don't know about you, but smell intensity, 100. This is a zombie apocalypse we're talking about here. Who knows the last time she's had a bath, let alone, like, deodorant. And activity level, we're also putting that at 100. You're in a zombie apocalypse, you're looking behind your back, making sure nobody's watching you, you're shooting your gun, you're sprinting, you're sweating, you're doing all types of shit, bro. Your butt sweat's dripping down your leg, bro. Yeah, it's over. Environment temperature, now, personally, I don't know what it's like to be in a zombie apocalypse, so I'm gonna put the temperature at, like, 50-50. Time since last bath, that's also going out of 100. I mean, who knows when she's had a bath. Hygiene stat, now I do think she tries to be hygienic, but it doesn't really work out. So I'm going to put it at 67. And clothing ventilation factor, you know what, I'll give her props. She ain't wearing that much layers. So I don't think it's that bad. So I'm going to put it at like a 35. Alright, I can't wait to see this number. Yikes. 6405, that is rank, let me tell you. Those are some stinking armpits right there. That's no man's land. Once you go there, you'll never return. That's a death wish right there if you're trying to smell them pits.
Next up, Maka Albarn. Now, from...
Sorry. Smell intensity score, now I think she takes care of herself. She don't smell bad. She has this whole routine, So I'm gonna put it at 20. And activity level, now I do think she is pretty active. She is pretty active. But there are moments when she's like studying for a big test, playing basketball with the gang, So I feel like I'll put her at 55. She's active, but there's some times where she's kind of chilling, Now, environment temperature, dude, I don't know about you, but that sun is fucking close. That sun is huge. So I'm gonna put... What's my screen doing this? Hello? Can you zoom out screen? It's fine. We'll roll with it. So okay. What did I do that time? Never mind. Environment temperature, I'm putting that at like a 75, because that sun is pretty close. Next up, time since last bath. Now, I personally think Maka is a bit more clean than the others on this list. I feel like she takes 2 showers or baths a day, she likes to feel extra squeaky clean when she goes out there, And clothing ventilation factor, now I do think, she is wearing some layers, so I'm gonna give her like a 45 in that department. So, let's see. 6390. Oh my god. Well, is that even... Alright, so how did Kefla get that? Oh, the environment. Alright, so this is a different ball game we got here. So Maka, when she's chilling, she smells great. She smells like you're walking into a flower shop or some bullshit. You're just smelling all the roses, the sunflowers, the dandelions. You're just like, oh, it smells great. I feel like when she goes out there, she's wearing this deodorant where it's like 48 hours lasting. It doesn't really last for 48 hours. None of them do. So, she kind of smells a little bit, but I feel like she should be in flowers here.
Now, also next up, Chuck Liddell, a famous fighter.
Starting off rip, smell intensity, I feel like the man smells good, So I'm gonna give him a 25. And going in, activity level, now when you're in the ring, you're pretty freaking active, so I'm gonna give them 100 in there. Now, they're in a ring, right, and they're inside a building, and I feel like they got some good AC, blowing down on them, so I'll give it a 24. Next up is time since last bath. He takes it, like I said, I kind of got those mixed up in the formula. Again, I feel like he takes a bath every day, normally, like every human should. Hygiene or stat bonus, I feel like he's pretty hygienic. I mean, he has a beautiful clean face, really shiny head, so I'm gonna give him a 25 in that. Moving on to clothing ventilation factor, he's just wearing shorts, man. Yeah, give him a 5 on that, throw it a little 5. Let's see what we get here. 615, lowest score we've gotten yet. He may be ruthless and fierce, but by golly, I didn't say he smelled like vanilla extract, smelling sweet, he's smelling good. So, when he has his nuts in the fighter's face, when he's beating down on him, they're getting a good old whiff of that vanilla scent.
So, next up we have Satsuki from Kill la Kill.
Now, starting off rip, smell intensity. You know, she smells nice. She takes care of herself, you know? So I'll give her a 25. Going in, we have activity level. Now, near the end, she does get pretty active, so I'm going to give her 75 in this department. And then going in, we have environment temperature. Now, I do think the sun, you know, its harsh rays are hitting that school pretty frequently. So I do think it is pretty hot. Now, time since last bath, I feel like she soaks in a little tub every day. So I'm going to give her a 24. Hygiene stat. Now, I think she's really hygienic, so I'm going to give her a 40. 40 in this department. I'm throwing a little 40. And clothing ventilation factor. Boy, oh boy, does she have some ventilation going on, am I right? 1240, oh yeah. She may be a little musky, but by golly, does she lock in when it's time to smell good.
Alright, next up is Himeno from Chainsaw Man.
Starting off, you know, she's a devil hunter. And besides risking her life, you know, killing some devils, I think she takes really good care of herself, so I'm going to give her a 25, you know, a calm 25. And then, activity level. You know, I feel like some days they do have days off, so I'm going to give it a 50, a little 50-50. Environment temperature, now I forgot where they are. I know they're like in Japan somewhere. So I'm going to also give it a 50-50, you know? I feel like it's a moderate 70 degrees, you know? Now, time since last bath, I think she takes a bath every day. Come on. And hygiene stat, I feel like she's pretty hygienic. Same as Satsuki, I'm going to give her a 40. And clothing ventilation factor, she's wearing a suit. She does have some layers going on here, so I'm going to have to give her a 30. Let's see what we get. 2,520. Ooh. Is she a musky? Well, I'm not gonna say. I was gonna say something bad. If she ain't musky, man, ooh, she's pretty musky. Them armpits are a lagoon, alright. Like Shrek's swamp, but, you know, maybe that's a good thing. I really don't know. Well, we are talking about smelly armpits, so I feel like the smellier, the better, I guess. I think that's how I'm ranking this.
Next up, Evo Musketeer from Clash Royale.
Now, the deck we're going to be specifically putting her in is 2.6. So smell intensity score. It's the medieval time, so I think it's, you know, pretty smelly. I'm going to give her a 40 because, you know, she ain't wearing deodorant. Activity level. Now, this is 2.6 hog cycle. And if she's Evo, they're going to want to cycle her to get the Evo. So you can, like, maybe snipe a building for your hog or snipe an Inferno and Dragon, you know? So she's getting used quite a bit. She's getting passed around the block, you know what I'm saying? Environment temperature, she's in an arena, the sun's always beaming down. You know, Pekka's Playhouse, there's like lava, volcanoes and shit, so I'm gonna have to give it a 60. Time since last bath, I don't even know. I'm gonna give it a 48. It's been a couple days since she's had a bath. In hygiene stat, I feel like she does try to be a little hygienic. So but still, it's not enough. I'm gonna give her a 20. And clothing ventilation, it just gets worse. She's wearing armor. You know,
all that stink is getting
trapped inside. It's like a bomb ready to burst, you feel me? So, I'm gonna give it a 40. This number, it's gonna be brutal. 6,720. Boy, she rank. Oh, she rank.
And finally, last on this list is Hild
from Soul Calibur. One of my favorite fighting games. Smell intensity. She's a pretty smelly girl, just like Musketeer. She's in armor, it's medieval times. They don't got no deodorant. They don't got no 48 hours Old Spice in their pockets. So she's a pretty smelly girl. Activity level. Now, I do think she does have some serious fights, but I feel like at times she's kind of chilling a little bit, you know? Environment temperature. I'm gonna give it a 60 again. And time since last bath, man, I don't know, but I know she'd be soaking in that tub sometimes. So, I'm gonna give it about a 24. About a 24, you know? Hygiene stat, I feel like when she tries to be hygienic, it really shows. So, I'm gonna give it a 35. I'm gonna give it a 35. Now, clothing ventilation, this is where it gets real. She's in armor, and, you know, just like Musketeer, just gets trapped in there. It's like a ticking time bomb. Stink. So, let's evaluate this. Oh, 5,450. Boy, she's smelly.
No one got Fritos, surprisingly. Nobody got Fritos. So this is the Smelly Armpits tier list. If you thought this was a waste of time, it really was. But, boy, man, this video is really pointless. It's 1:38. I really need to do my homework. So, if you somewhat enjoyed this, please subscribe, like the video, and join my Discord, by the way. It's somewhat active. And yeah, hope you have a blessed day. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this, but yeah, this is the Smelly Armpits tier list, and we don't play about our stink. We don't play about it. And you got your answer. Power's the smelliest one, which is no surprise. Now, one that did surprise me was probably Himeno. That one kind of surprised me. I thought she would at least be in Fritos, but she was a pretty musky girl. Those armpits can be pretty deadly if you don't watch out. Anyways, that's the end of this video.